What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. I have another demo. It is now, interestingly enough, this one said it is similar to Repo, and it is called Murder Avenue. And it says Murder Avenue is a detective game crafted for true crime aficionados. Immerse yourself in detailed crime scenes, hunt for clues, interrogate suspects, analyze motives, and unearth the truth behind each cause. Now, I figure as someone who has watched every season of NYPD Blue, well, that's a bit loud, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it's a bit loud. I'm going to have to turn that down. But yeah, as someone who's watched every season of NYPD Blue, Rookie Blue, The Rookie, Law and Order, you know what I'm saying? Might as well check this game out. It seems like it would be pretty interesting. Let me check to see if there's any, content warnings before I jump in. But let's jump on in to see what this is all about. Case 1. Alright, so it says the crime scene, Lookout Tower, Rangers observation post located in the Last Hope Reserve is the crime scene. Scene characters. Oh, I like this. Scene characters. Well, actually, before I do that, let's just look at what the case file is about. It says Rosa Williams assignment. The client reported a series of strange incidents that started recently. Over the course of several weeks, she received anonymous phone calls. There was silence on the other end, and the caller abruptly hung up. Simultaneously, an unknown man was observing her, which led the client to fear she was being stalked. I love the background music too. That's actually really good. After the sudden death of this man, the calls and surveillance stopped. A few days later, Rosa recognized the man in the newspaper photograph reporting his death. Objective of the investigation: identify the deceased man, determine why he was following the client, and uncover the circumstances around his death. Now, I'm assuming Rosa Williams is the prime suspect here, right? Alright, so we got Mike Wilson. Let's see what... Mike Wilson is 52 years old, sheriff of Perry County. Mike is a confident man, conservative, and a bit rough around the edges, but with a firm hand. He genuinely enjoys his job because, for him, being a sheriff is more than just a duty. He sees himself as the embodiment of law and order in the county, and this gives him a unique sense of satisfaction. Despite his high ego, Mike remains an excellent sheriff and a wise mentor. The locals respect him and try to stay out of trouble, not wanting to disappoint the one who keeps the county safe. Ben Miller, who looks like a 39-year-old ranger at the Last Hope Reserve. Okay, so he's a ranger. It says, Ben is the life of any party. Oh my gosh. Really? He came to this town. Stop. Okay, like if Dev, I mean, this is just a small thing, right? But can you please just like let it stay there once I click on it so that I can just move off? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, he came to this town with one goal: to make as much money as possible, of course. Ben dreams of Hollywood, believing he has all the necessary qualities, including unmatched charisma, to break into the world of show business. Ben maintained good relationships with both Susan and Jack, as they were united by their work at the reserve. His duties as a ranger include assisting tourists, protecting the reserve's lands, and combating poachers. Now it says next. Oh, these are cases? Nah, let's start with the crime scene. Let's load it up. See what's up. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy. Alright, space is to jump. Sprint is left shift. Crouch is left control. Detective vision is right mouse. And notepad is R. This really could have been, controller support. I'm not sure what that has to do with the crime scene, but this is my assistant. Yes, boss. Click anywhere to continue. Are you sure this is the right address? You're looking great today, sweetheart. Goodbye. Are you sure this is the right address? If my memory serves me right, you were the one. Right. Yeah. Sure. Alright, sir. Whoa. First of all, what is this truck? Like, bruh. Another thing, look at this. All you have is this tower right here. Now, one thing I will say is you're at least above storms, but... And it's made of wood? Nah. I couldn't do this. It would have to be an iron structure, reinforced. You know what I'm saying? All it would take is one fire. One hot day, one fire. Hey, can I pick up this? A lot of blood. Am I adding this to the notepad? What's the evidence? Maybe can I add the gun to the evidence? Let me not step in the crime scene. Alright, Ben. I'm listening. I have a few questions about the recent incident. Sure, go ahead. I've got nothing to hide. What was your relationship with Jack? Strictly business, of course. Me, Jack, and Susan, we run this place. Day and night together. He was like a brother to me. What happened is awful and strange. We've got protocols for everything. How Jack got caught in such a trap, I can't fathom. A wolf can smell blood from 3 kilometers away. That's the first thing we tell tourists. It's too hot to hunt during the day, but at night, hungry wolves gather in packs. Sometimes even forming temporary alliances with other predators to corner their prey. If Jack had been out in the open, he wouldn't have stood a chance, but he was inside. What do you mean by inside, sir? That night, I was on duty, tracking poachers. Poor guy, just like Jack, is now lying in my trunk. Hold on, what? What? Did I read that correctly? Just like Jack. Poor guy, just like Jack is now lying in my trunk. Another victim another victim of brutal crime. But as they say, every cloud has a silver lining. Jimmy's making me a fine steak tonight, and I'll enjoy it with great pleasure. Now, for anyone wondering, like, why is he like this? I mean, you got to understand. As a forest ranger, from everything I've seen, you got to keep your spirits up because you out here in the middle of nowhere. As for that night, Jack sent out a signal. It was around midnight. I contacted the sheriff immediately and the guys were on their way, but it was already too late. To be honest, it's all very strange. Wolves never come to this close to the tower. I'm not saying someone else killed him. No, it was definitely wolves, but something doesn't add up. If Jack was inside, why did he go out? Why did the wolves show up? Was he wounded? Maybe he fought with someone before returning to the tower, but there were no signs of blood or struggle. Did he have any enemies? I don't want to point fingers, friend, but he had a rocky relationship with his brother. Plus, there was that love triangle. We couldn't say his life was peaceful, but whose is? Every day's a test, and not everyone passes. Right? Rest in peace, Jack. Where were you that night, bro? I was at the base, in the ranger's cabin. I received the distress call, so trust me, I had nothing to do with it. And why would I? Something strange happened that night, but what exactly? That will remain a mystery. Not really, because what is done in the dark will always come out in the light. Do you know someone named Rosa? Rosa? No idea. I don't get too friendly with the locals. I don't want to plant roots here. Once I've saved up enough, I'm out of here. Fame, fortune, that's what I'm after. My dream is Hollywood. Jack and I could have made a good duo. That hat suited him. And charisma, that was in high demand. Alright, bro. Mike? Who do we have here? Good day, Sheriff. Mind if I look at the crime scene? Go ahead, just don't touch anything. I don't want... Oh, okay. I don't know what you're sniffing around for, but let me make one thing clear. The case is closed. Jack's been declared missing. But with the amount of blood we found, I can say for sure he's dead. When did you arrive at the scene? Haven't read my report? I was informed at 17 minutes past midnight. It takes about 30 minutes to get here. You can do the math from there. Yeah, but I don't feel like doing math, boy. Man, I know you old and all, but who you thought you used to be? Could someone have wanted him dead? Listen up, cowboy. Do your job. Sniff around all you want, but don't get in my way. I could take it as obstruction of justice. A few hours in a cell might smarten you up. And yeah, be careful with the locals. Don't accuse anyone and try asking fewer questions. If I get a complaint about you, you're gonna regret it. Yeah, you one of them, huh? You one of them dirty cops. You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna just moonwalk all over your crime scene. Yeah, now let me step on this too. Actually, that's not a good idea, because then they could charge me with something. You know what I'm saying? Let me not be petty. The last thing I need to do right now is be petty. But yeah, think about this, man. This is all you see every day. And it may be cool for like the first month or so. But then it's like, dude, it might get to the point where it's like, how long have I even been here? Tower door. Did I don't like how there's no way for me to tell what I wrote down in my evidence notepad. I don't like that at all. I'm about to say, let me see what this right click vision does. So this detective vision, this Batman vision, you know what I'm saying? So it looks like there are 3 objects in here I need to investigate. The radio set. Did I write that down too? Apparently, but I don't know. Inspect, left mouse button. Escape to exit. Move the mouse to scroll. Wait, was that a purse? And lipstick? And it looks like there's some lipstick there too. I don't see anything else in here. So like, is this it? Like, do I... I think they said my objective is to try and find out why. Apparently the dude that was killed up here is the guy that Rosa said was following her and taking pictures of her and stuff. Stalking pretty much. And so what she hired me to do was find out why he was following her. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that now that he's dead. Although he's not dead, apparently he's missing. But these morons believe there's too much blood for him to be alive. There's nothing over there. And apparently... Oh, he crashed into this thing? Now, come on now. Wait a minute. You telling me this truck was not able to knock this wood structure down? I guess I'm done here. Deer carcass. It could be that the wolves were tracking this guy. Yes, boss. I guess there's nothing else to do, so let's go back to the office. Okay, I'm about to say, so statements. County Sheriff, victim Jack Carter, ranger at the Last Hope Reserve. Incident description. On the night of May... I should have read this before I went out there, actually. Now that I think about it. On the night of May 12th to 13th, 1976, Jack Carter, who was allegedly under the influence of alcohol, was returning to his base at the Last Hope Reserve. At 12:17 a.m. local time, a distress signal was received on the sheriff's frequency. Upon arrival at the scene, evidence of a struggle with wild animals was found, including a significant amount of blood and fragments of human flesh. Oh. Well, so he ain't tell me about no human flesh, you know what I'm saying? Based on the volume of blood lost, it can be concluded with a high degree of certainty that Jack Carter did not survive. Recommendations: organize a search operation to recover the victim's body. 45-year-old ranger. Jack is Jimmy's younger brother. Okay. After a troubled past, he moved in with his brother to start a new life. In town, he quickly became a favorite among women. He didn't drink, was attractive, polite. He was attractive? Do you see this picture? Let me stop. And courteous. Over time, he grew close to Susan Mayer, and they started a relationship due to their shared work and long hours together. However, his behavior recently began to change. Susan started to suspect him of cheating, which led to their breakup. Shortly after, Jack died under mysterious circumstances. He was killed by wolves in the forest. A double-barrel shotgun, okay? An empty shotgun was found near the crime scene from which shots had been fired. The matching shells confirmed that Jack indeed tried to fend off the wolves. 12-gauge shotgun shells belonging to Jack Carter were found at the crime scene. Jack fired twice at the wolves in an attempt to defend himself, confirming his involvement in the struggle with his life. Jack managed to shoot 2 wolves before his death. This fully supports the sheriff's theory that Jack was attacked by wild animals while intoxicated, which made him vulnerable and prevented him from defending himself properly. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think that wolves attack humans like that. Jimmy Carter's 47. He's Jack's older brother. Outwardly, he appears grumpy and unapproachable. But behind this tough exterior is the kind man who wouldn't hurt a fly. Jimmy is always muttering to himself and often expresses dissatisfaction with the world around him. He's been working at the diner for nearly 13 years, trying to stay out of other people's problems. When Jack's life started to fall apart, Jimmy offered his brother a chance to leave the past behind and start over near him. 31. Hold on, didn't they say he was with Susan? He had a relationship with Susan? Yeah. So he's 45 and she's 31? Susan was born in a small town not far from these parts. Despite her fiery temper, she is a loyal and compassionate person who always strives to help those in need. It was this desire to care for others that led her to become a ranger. When Susan learned about Jack's troubled past, he immediately caught her attention, becoming not just a man to her, but someone she felt needed to save. Again, this is what happens when you try and get in relationships with the intent to change someone. However, those around her see Susan as a jealous and possessive woman. She has repeatedly gotten into fights with other women, trying to shield Jack from them. That's crazy. Please fill out the required fields wait. Like, bro. I really should have. Okay, welcome to the game. I did everything backwards. Welcome to the game Murder Avenue. You are stepping. Okay, so the case. In the case tab, you will find on the left side, you can switch between scenes to see which characters are present in each. Once you select, okay. Playing murder scene is very simple. Go to the case section, choose the scene you want to investigate, and start your investigation. At the scene, you can interrogate witnesses and interact with objects, and use deduction. You can also present found evidence to witnesses using a special tool, the magnifying glass. Okay, press R to open the notebook where all your actions, collected evidence, and hints for future steps will be recorded. This will help you stay on track in complex cases. But I'm not going to read spoiler. But I can't, hold up, can I press R now? It says fist punch. Yeah, see, I can't, it won't let me see the evidence, so. Alright, I've been to the crime scene. Let's go to the diner where Karen Williams, Chloe Adams, and Jimmy Carter reside. This is a rather, yes, boss? Is this all I can say? Ain't nobody got no cars out here. Call me 4827. That looks like an AI generated picture, I'm not gonna lie. A visitor, huh? That's all you get in the steak, bro? Where's the rest of your meal? Chloe, can I help you? I got a few questions for you, Chloe. Yes, of course. Did you know the victim? Jack? Yes, he was a regular customer. I always tried to be polite, nothing more. One time he noticed I was feeling down. He was a good man, very kind. When was the last time you saw Jack? That evening. He was here. I served him. Then he left. I didn't see him after that. Where were you the night of the incident? I was home alone. No one can confirm that, but I swear I was at home. Do you think someone could have hurt Jack? He never did anything wrong, I swear. Don't swear on that, cause you weren't seeing him 24/7, so you don't know what he was doing. Do you know Rosa? Yes, but why are you asking? Do you know something about her? No? Okay, nothing. You ain't give me a chance to answer. I owe so much to Karen and Rosa. I don't want them to suffer. Do you think someone could have wanted to harm Jack? I'd rather not answer that. I don't know. Maybe. But I don't want to believe it wasn't just an accident. What if we're in danger too? Where did you find it? That's impossible. I'm telling you, I wasn't involved with Jack. We were just polite to each other, that's all. Did I miss something? What did I show her? Someone else must have the same lipstick. Must have the same color. It couldn't have been me. Okay, what about the purse? Oh, the scroll wheel, okay. And what about this purse? Yes, that's my bag. And everything inside is mine. Nothing's missing. It was stolen a few days ago, although my lipstick is missing. Your lipstick's right here. You know nothing about this. Uh-huh. You know nothing about this? Wait, let me get this straight. Your bag and your lipstick were stolen, but they somehow ended up in Jack's lookout tower. And you kissed the mirror with the lipstick. Now, it's true somebody could have set you up, but I don't know. That's kind of sus, Chloe. That's kind of sus. I ain't gonna hold you. That's kind of sus. Wait a minute. What is this? A hat. Inspect. What is this hat now? Jimmy's hat. Alright, so Jimmy's hat is here. Go in the bathroom, make sure the bathroom is up to code. Got the fire extinguisher in here. Don't know why you would have that in the bathroom. I don't know what could possibly be flammable in here. Toilet seems decently cleaned. I don't know why this would be in here, because, unless this is a one-way window. That's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Let me stop. Someone ordered a pizza and left the whole thing here. And I had, you know what? So many people, look at, yo, y'all waste so much food. Who's left? Can I make a phone call? Look at this. What did I say? 10 cents for a local call? Last I remember, these things cost $0.25 to use. And that was for like 30 minutes. Karen, put that cancer stick down. We gotta talk. Can I ask you a few questions? Go ahead, cowboy. I don't bite. Even if you did, I got a 6-shooter right here. So, you know what I'm saying? Did you know the victim? Not that well. He's the butcher's brother. And his buddies would hang around here from time to time. When did you last see him? The night it happened. He was drunk as a skunk. Where did they say that just because it rhymes, or did someone actually see a drunken skunk somewhere? I wonder. In that state, not only is it impossible to drive, but fighting off wild animals, forget it. Probably went right up to hug them. If it was impossible to drive, then that means someone else drove him. He didn't actually kill himself then. Or he didn't actually die by wolves. Could someone have wanted him dead? I thought it was just an accident. Or do you think his jealous wife had something to do with it? Ha, yeah, Susan could have done it. She's a real piece of work. But how'd she pull it off? I can tell you how. There was no blood at the scene, right? Of his? So that means she killed him before he got there. Crashed the truck intentionally, and she hunted the deer to make it look like the wolves were, to draw the wolves to the cabin. Yeah, and then she killed 2 of the wolves and made it seem like, there was no way he could survive. Because they didn't check the blood to see if it was human or animal, By the way, it was a full moon that night. Maybe Susan turned into a wolf and tore him apart herself. There you go. Case closed, darling. Grab your silver bullets and go after that witch. I take it you don't like her that much. Why do you think Susan might have wanted him dead? Oh, sweetie, it's a long story. Listen up. Jack was quite the catch. How? How was... I gotta check that evidence photo again. How is he quite the catch? And all the local ladies were tired of the drunks around here, so they lined up for him. Susan was the first to grab him by the balls and never let go. She doesn't let anyone get within a mile of him. She got some sort of slut radar? The moment a pretty girl gets close to Jack, she's right there, pulling hair. We had to break up fights almost every week. Ask the sheriff. If he was cheating on her, I wouldn't be surprised if she killed him. But be careful. Sheriff's got his own take on this. I doubt he'll be happy to hear you're questioning everyone in town. Could anyone else have wanted him dead? I don't get into other people's business. Smart move. But recently, Jack, well, I guess not. Jack had a spat with Jimmy. It got so bad, they ended up fighting right in front of everyone. Ask around if you want. Do you know what the fight was about? Jimmy's a good guy, but he bottles things up. He's like a volcano. If he exploded, something might have really gotten to him. I don't want to gossip, but here's what I think. Before Jack came to town, Jimmy had an eye on Susan. I wouldn't be surprised if he still hung up on her. So if Jack was cheating on her, you do the math. Well, if Jack was cheating on her, I can only assume Jimmy would be upset. You know what I'm saying? Who is Rosa to you? Rosa? What does she have to do with any of this? Don't think about going there, cowboy. She never crossed paths with Jack. Then again, Chloe probably dragged her into something. Talk to her. She was the last one to see him. When I was closing up, she was helping him into his car. Oh, wait, what? She left out that little bit of information. Where were you the night of the incident? I closed the diner and went home. My daughter can vouch for me. I don't know what you're investigating, but the man was killed by wolves. I don't think anyone sized? Is it sized? Them on him. So how about you stop asking these silly questions? I'm a detective, you hear me? I was about to say something very mean about your teeth, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, so let me ask you about Jimmy's hat. I have nothing to say about this, cowboy. What about this bag? Nothing to say about that either, huh? What about this lipstick? Good heavens, I'm too old for that. My man's been in the grave for years, and I doubt he cares how I look now. But if you'd like, I can pretty up just for you. You know what? You got bad jokes. And I'm about to stick you in your mouth. Move out the way. Let me go talk to your associate back here. Anything back here? Let me see if my detective eye can catch anything. No? Hey, bro. First of all, you need a hairnet. You need gloves. Did you clean that knife? Did you clean this cutting board? Let me make sure ain't no... Look at all this dirt right here. Well, you could have just made that. What's back here? You got pizza and hamburgers? Bro. Look at this place ain't up to code. I'm having... Look, what? You know there's gnats and flies all over this. Let me stop. You got bottles of, bro. You served this to these people. No wonder they left. Let me stop. What do you want, bro? First thing I want is for you to. Let me stop, dude. Let me stop. Don't say that to him. Don't say that to him. Can I ask you a few questions? Ask. When was the last time you saw your brother? That night. He was with Chloe. As soon as I saw them together, it all made sense. I didn't hold back. Told Susan everything. Poor girl, if I had known how it would end, maybe I'd have kept quiet. But what's done is done. So you told Susan, that your own brother was cheating on her with Chloe because he was drunk and she was helping him into a truck? See, you're a bad brother, and I'm gonna tell you why. Instead of watching Chloe help your flesh and blood into a truck while he was stone drunk, you should have went out there and been like, look, you're drunk. Let me take you where you need to go. Because you certainly can't drive. But instead, you so worried about Susan. You know what? That's why your beard is ugly. Do you know who Rosa is? Karen's daughter? Who's Karen again? Right? Karen's daughter, right? What does she have to do with any of this? You're really losing me here. Listen, it's best not to dig up the past. Jack's gone and it's hard enough as it is. Bro, you're the reason he gone. Where were you the night of the incident? I was with Susan. What? Jack was up to his old tricks again. Cheating on her. She didn't deserve that. And he paid the price. Nature took its course, like God decided for us. Wait, you accuse him of cheating on Susan when you were cheating on... You were cheating with her? Man, bro, you are scum. Do you think it was an accident or did someone have him dead? Want him dead. Want him dead? The sheriff investigated. The case is closed. I think Jack brought it on himself. Alcohol ruined his life, and now it's killed him for good. Karma's a cruel thing. After everything he did, it's a wonder he lived as long as he did. So you realize this, I don't feel, you don't feel sorry for him? And I don't hide that. The only one I feel bad for is Susan. She loved that idiot. How she's gonna live now, I don't know. Can you tell me more about his past? There's no secret. He drank, beat his wife, cheated on her. In the end, she died during childbirth, and the baby didn't survive either. It changed him, but not for long. I told him to leave everything behind, start over, but he never really changed. Wait, hold on. I'm confused. If he beat his wife to the point where their child died, how is he out and is a park ranger? Do you have feelings for Susan? Nonsense. That's garbage. Get out of here and don't come back. If you go near Susan again, I won't be responsible for what I do. Consider yourself warned. Bro, I have a 6-shooter. You understand me? Now what about this hat? Yeah, that's my hat by the door. Keeps the bald spot covered. The bald spot, huh? That shows just how stupid you are. You ain't even got no bald spot yet. But you keep talking to me like that and we'll see what happened with a bald spot, boy. Are you Karen? Yeah, so I didn't know your daughter was, I didn't know so Susan is her daughter. No, not Susan. Rosa is her daughter. Can I help you? Karen saw you walk Jack to his car. You didn't tell me about that. Oh yes, I just wanted to help him. He could barely stand. I tried to stop him. He shouldn't have been driving in that state, but he didn't listen to me. He was upset. That's why he drank. Maybe I should have been more persistent. Do you think this is my fault? I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think it's your fault. Because if you'd have tried to insist without actually having the ability to stop him, you would have just gotten hurt. Do you know why Jack was in such a state? No, I don't know. Maybe his stupid, idiot brother back here will know. This dumb moron who doesn't even know how to properly sanitize food. Hey. Okay, he got nothing. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm done here. Hey, sir, do you realize where this food has been? What do you want? Can I ask you a few questions? By the way, you have a right to an attorney. And the rest of that Miranda stuff. I'm just eating steak. I didn't do anything wrong. Did I say you did anything wrong? Are you passing through here? Yeah, just passing through. I stopped, ordered a steak. I'm eating. I didn't do anything wrong, I swear. Why are you talking about doing something wrong? You need to beef up your wardrobe. Boy, look at them shoes. What? And you eating roach and gnat steak, and you know what? I don't even know your name, but let's go. We getting up out of here. We going back to the office. Alright, so if I go to evidentiaries. So none of the statements are updated at all. Alright, but I still remember. I don't know what this fist punch is. For F. Whoops. Wait, a suspect was added? New evidence is added. Yeah, I need to go back to the crime scene right quick. Alright, folks, so I decided to stop the demo here. The second half of this demo is, some of it is playing in the background, but so the gist of it is this. The more people you talk to, the more your notepad updates. You know, and the more information you discover, the more like suspects turn up in your notebook and all of this stuff. It's really, really interesting. And so I figured rather than, solve the whole case here in this demo, in this video, I figured you might want to try and solve it yourself, So I was like, why spoil it? You get the gist of what the game is about. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the demo. Again, there is some language, so there's that, but there's also, like, when you're sitting at your desk, you can actually call people on the phone and everything. Like, there's a lot of stuff in this demo that you should really check it out. You should really check it out. It's a ton of fun. And let me know in the comments if you thought, if you got it right the first try. I did not get the suspects right the first time, but I'm not gonna say anything more than that because it'll spoil things. But yeah, check the demo out, especially if you're a fan of like mystery games and stuff like that. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Well, that's gonna be it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm looking forward to Claire Obscure, I think it's called, Expedition 33 that's coming out this Friday. But yeah, until next time, you guys know what to do. Stay blessed.